you can make suggestions using the phrases that we learned in our first hour, and you can even ask for permission to say something, so you don't sound rude and interrupt the other speakers. So the last thing we talked about was this sort of debate, or not debate, discussion. I think more of a discussion. By the way, what's the difference between a debate and a discussion in your opinion? What do you think the difference is, Brian?
Debate, discussions مع لا محمد رسول الله بسم الله. discussion يعني كيف نقولها، it's kind of friendly. مش عارف كيف ما عرفتش نعبر حق عجزت.
Okay.
Debate it's كيف they have the subject they talk about and they can't change it.
Okay.
They have two teams, Team A and Team B. Team A is with the subject and Team B is not with the subject. If you
right,
they refuse the subject.
You're right. Yes, this is what the debate is. I think that you're right.
Conversation. Yeah.
No, that's pretty much it. Because a debate, usually you'll have two opposing teams, or even two individuals, and they represent different ideas. And usually you have an audience, and they're trying to sway the audience's opinion in favor of one side against the other. So it's like maybe you have an undecided audience. Maybe some of them are with A already and some of them are with B already, but you're trying to win the opinion by appearing and sounding like the most logical one, the one with common sense, the one who's most convincing, the one who has a better argument, right? This is a debate, like you said. But as a discussion, usually it's a group of people that are trying to work on something mutual, something which they're all interested in, or a common goal. Just like the example we saw with our four friends here, Lisa, Duncan, Ian, and Rebecca. They appear to be members of maybe the village council, or something like this, because they were all working towards a common goal, which is organizing the village festival, if you remember, right? So in this situation, we cannot say it's a debate. It's a lot more appropriate to call it a discussion, of course, right? So here, what I want you to do is to organize a discussion between a group of people. You know what? This one needs a little bit of work. I don't know, and I think we need Noha here to do this one, because did you prepare anything? Because we did agree to keep it as homework. Maybe you prepared a few things.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see what you have.
هذا it's يعني in the college يعني student council.
Okay.
تمام.
All right.
It's between me and my friend Murad and Ahmed.
Okay.
Ibrahim, okay, any ideas for the festivals? Murad, we can do it in the theater and we can do it in the Saturday.
On
for
Saturday.
Boys, Saturday and Friday for boys and Saturday for girls.
Okay.
Ahmed, yeah, it's a good idea. Me, okay, what can we do about the music? Ahmed, we can play it from my laptop.
Mm-hmm.
About شنو اسمه we can do we can do competitions between which is better, girls' day or the boys' day.
Okay.
For competitions and for entertainment, we can do we can bring our computers or gaming our console and play some video games, and we can play football or basketball outside. Can do whatever, just chat.
Okay.
For food, we can maybe do a barbecue or cook some macaroni mbakabka.
All right.
How to pay for festival? I think 3 to Hada Ahmed. I think we can just do it for 2 to 3 dinars for person.
Mm-hmm. All right. You know what you did?
And
Ibrahim,
yeah.
I think there wasn't much discussion. It was just sort of suggestions. We can, and you only used this expression. So it's like no one is giving feedback, just each person is giving suggestions, but it seems that, do you get my point? It's good that you're covering all the aspects of your school festival, but... Wa alaikum salam. Hi.
Wa alaikum salam, rahmatullah.
Hi.
But it doesn't seem, Ibrahim, that you're that it's a lively discussion where everybody is, you know, engaging with the other. Everybody's just throwing his suggestion. We can do da 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 da. The other one says we can do da 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 for this, and the other one says we can. Do you get the idea? It's very typical of a Libyan discussion where everybody just throws his opinion.
Yeah, because
No, it's not. It's not.
I'm just طلبة قصدي نهاية اللي بيديروا.
Yeah. No, but I'm saying if you need to model your discussion in a similar way to this. So it could start by you saying, "May I make a suggestion?" And maybe Murad can say, "Yes, of course." And you can say, "How about playing music from my laptop?" And then Ahmed will say, I'm not sure about that. For one thing, electricity these days isn't very good, and I don't think we have speakers. And then maybe you can say, how about we ask students to play? Do you get the idea? Of course, it doesn't have to be relevant and real. The idea is we want to practice the phrases and the expressions rather than think of the real situation we have here in Libya, right? Because I mean, if we want to think of the real situation, you can't even make a discussion like this, of course, because nobody wants to sit down, and it's difficult. It's very difficult. I'm just saying. You get my point? I'm just trying to make it a little more colorful. I'm not just one person making a suggestion for each thing, but of course we do need suggestions and we do need to cover all the points. So maybe you know, and for me all I did was I'm just copying the ones we have here, the ones which are ready. Of course there are others, but this might help just to as a sort of launching pad, so you can start from these and you can add other ones. But let's see the one that Noha has. Let's see how similar or different it is. Did you prepare any discussion for a university or a school festival, Noha?
Yes, I did.
All right, let's see what you did.
It's not clearly about a festival. You can say it's event.
It's an event, okay. Okay.
Okay, event. Okay. Well, as you know, we're planning to have a charity party at the school
Mm-hmm.
to support a charity that helps disabled people.
Mm-hmm.
Even though we're organizing this event annually, but let's try to come up with much exciting ideas for this time. Ahmed, perhaps the first thing we should think about is how could we make people donate for it? Mona, okay, can I make a point here? Yes, of course. What about inviting some local popular football players?
Mm-hmm.
And we can ask them to play a football match with the students, and we can sell the photos. Ahmed, sorry, I don't think we should do that. For one thing, everyone now has a camera phone in his pocket, so why people could pay for photographers as long as they can take it themselves?
Mm-hmm.
So Muna said, yes, you probably are right. Ahmed, have you thought of getting a charity stall which can provide many kinds of refreshments beside small toys for affordable prices? Mona, yes, that sounds like a good idea. Let's give it a try.
This is what they agree on, the stall with toys, right?
Yeah.
All right, this is really nice. That's excellent. Do you see the I think that's very good. I like how there was a bit of a disagreement and then they sort of worked it out until they got to this point. They thought of the selling photos and they thought maybe that's not a good idea. Let's do the stalls. Okay, that's an example. Do you get the idea, Ibrahim? So it's not just one person making a suggestion. The others have to react to the suggestion by agreeing or disagreeing, and it should include a few disagreements until they sort of reach a consensus. Okay, I don't know if you know this word, consensus. Consensus. So consensus is like the majority agree. Do you get the idea? This is a consensus. Until they reach a consensus, it means the majority, an agreement of the majority. They can go ahead with that suggestion and work with it, like the charity stall example. Anyways, these are you can think of these lessons in general, part D of every unit. They're mainly conversation. They're related to daily language, conversation, expressive phrases, things which are useful in your spoken language. So this is quite useful, I think. All right, so now let's move on. Here in our next topic, we have a little pronunciation tip. Now, here the suffix ate is a bit of a tricky one because it can go either way. It means there are two different ways in how we pronounce it, and this of course depends on whether it's an adjective, whether it's a noun, whether it's a verb. So I want you to take a look at these words, and the first list, Noha, would you like to read the first group, the number 1 group here? How do you pronounce these?
Which group? Sorry.
What I'm doing is this one. Exercise. Question 1. Let me mark it. I'm doing question 1 in pronunciation.
Listen, hello. Help with pronunciation. Okay.
Yeah. This is what we're doing.
You want me to read the first group?
Yeah, because we're focusing on this suffix, the ate suffix, which is pronounced in two ways.
والله شكلها دار هالسماعات.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
Can you hear us, Brian? Hello? Are you there?
ايوه.
All right, can you hear us?
ايه السماعات دارتها.
All right. Okay, so my point here, Ibrahim, is that the suffix, the ending ate here, can you see the ate ending? I think you're paying, you're still thinking of your earphones, Ibrahim. Think a little bit of ate here. Are you there?
ايه نسمع فيك ايه.
Okay.
ايه نسمع فيك.
You just sound a little shocked, that's why. All right, so the ate ending, this suffix, it has two different ways of pronunciation. Noah is going to read the first group, and you're going to read the second group of words, and you'll find out immediately the difference in pronunciation. So listen to how Noah reads the first 4 words, and then you will read the second 4 words, okay? So go ahead. Now you can start.
Educate, operate, investigate, demonstrate.
All right, so we have the 8 sound, like the number,
Yeah.
number 8.
8.
8,
Yeah.
gate, fate, mate. Right, so we have this sound. Brahim, can you do the next group? The next 4 words.
Fortunate.
No, it's different.
Fortunate.
Fortunate.
Yes.
ايش
Continue.
معناها؟
Read all 4 of them first, and use the same sound you just used now. Okay.
Fortunate معناها محظوظ.
Correct. It comes from fortune. Fortunately.
Intermediate. Certified. Certificate. عليك نور. Private.
Right. Yes, exactly. What do you notice in the ate sound? It sounds like it, right?
Yeah.
Fortunate. It has a schwa and the t. So it's fortunate, intermediate, certificate, private, right? It's quite different from the first ate sound, which is operate, investigate, demonstrate.
It is an A sound.
Yeah, that one has the same A sound of the letter A in the alphabet. It's the same name of the letter, A.
The vowel A.
Yeah. Exactly, that's right. Let's listen to them just to confirm this. It might help us a little bit. Let me find the track for you.
One. 8. Educate. Operate. Investigate. Demonstrate. 2. Fortunate. Intermediate. Certificate. Private.
Okay, so it's quite clear the difference in sound. Now, the second part of the question, it says here, if you check it, let me find the underline. Okay, so it says, how do we usually say at the end of verbs, nouns, and adjectives? So let's look for the verbs. Where are the verbs here?
Verbs. Decorate. It's verb.
No, not in the second group. Not in exercise 2. In exercise 1.
Educate.
Operate.
Yeah.
Operate.
Uh-huh.
Investigate. demonstrate.
Investigate.
So all the four first words, the 8 sound, all of them are verbs, right?
Yeah.
And what about the nouns and the adjectives? Where are the nouns and the adjectives in the first exercise?
The second line.
The second line, exactly.
Second line.
Brahim,
Fortunate.
which of them?
Fortunate.
Yeah, which of them are adjectives and which of them are nouns, Brahim? The ones in the second group, the ones that you read. Which of these are, because they're a mix, some of them are nouns, some of them are adjectives. Can you tell me which is which?
Private, maybe adjective.
It's an adjective, yes. Private property. But sometimes actually they use it as a noun when they refer to soldiers. There's a rank in the military. The first rank.
Yeah, private, yeah.
Yeah, first rank. Private. Like Private Ryan, Saving Private Ryan. So Ryan was a private. I think it's the first rank. It's a low rank in the military, private. All right, okay, go ahead. So private is let's say 90% of the time, it's an adjective. What about certificate? Is it an adjective? Is it a noun? What is it?
A noun.
Okay, correct. Intermediate?
Noun.
I think it's more of an adjective, right?
No.
Adjective, eh?
Yeah, because we say intermediate level and intermediate, intermediate skill in something. So it's an adjective. It describes something else. It's not a noun in and of itself, I think. What about fortunate? Someone who's fortunate. Someone who's lucky.
Adjective?
Yes, it's an adjective. So this means if we want to answer the second part of question 1, the verbs usually take the 8 sounds, and the nouns usually take the ut sound. And if you think of this word, okay, here's a little mini exercise for you, Brian. So I'm going to write you the noun. Everybody knows this noun. This is the last part of your university, right? When you finish, this is of course graduation. What do we call the person
Graduation.
What do we call the action itself, the verb?
Graduate.
Correct. And what do we call the person who did the graduation? The person who graduated. We call him, we give him a name. And it's related to these two words. Noha,
Graduated.
Not exactly. Noha, can you help us here?
Graduated.
Graduated is just the past verb, past tense, past simple, because it's a regular verb. So we can say Ibrahim graduated last year. But I don't want the verb. I want the noun, the person who graduated. Can you say it?
Gradual.
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 No, not. It's by the way, it's written the same way but pronounced differently.
Graduate.
No, different pronunciation. Pronounce it like the second group.
Graduate.
Yes. A person, the person is a graduate. So you can say.
Yeah, I thought the first one is graduate because I didn't pay attention for V letter.
Ah, yeah, the first one is the verb V.
No, it's graduate. Yeah.
Yeah, a graduate.
And graduate.
Graduate is the verb, yeah. To graduate is to finish university. And once you finish it, now you're a graduate. But sometimes some graduates, they want to take postgraduate studies, right? Mm-hmm. So they go on and do a postgraduate degree. like a master's degree or a PhD. So these are called postgraduate degrees because they're after graduation, after your first graduation. You get the idea?
Yeah.
So this actually is a very nice example, graduate and graduate, which sort of illustrates the change from verb to noun or verb to adjective. So this is the point really of this pronunciation exercise. Now, number 2. Let's find out how we say these words. And if you think it's a verb or it has a verb sound, the 8 sound, just tell me number 1 and I'll write number 1. If you think it has the ut sound, so this means it's either a noun or an adjective, then I'm going to write 2. All right? So decorate is 1 because it's a verb. It's a verb. It has the 8 sound. What about the second word?
Verb. Number 1.
What do you think, Brian?
Verb.
Okay, I'm writing your answers. And then we can check from the listening. The next word?
I think no.
Sorry, you said verb, right? So you want the first sound. Yes, Noha, what were you saying?
Considerate. It pronounced considerate, not considerate.
You're right.
Because the verb is consider.
Yes, exactly right.
So it's, I don't know, it's noun, it's adjective, I'm not sure, but it's not for the first group. It's not verb.
Correct.
According to the pronunciation, it's not verb.
Yes, sure, you're completely right. It's actually an adjective. It's a characteristic, and it's a positive characteristic, of course. If you have a considerate friend, you should take care to always keep this friend, because a considerate friend or a considerate person in general is someone who always thinks of others, thinks of your needs. You can say that a considerate person is the opposite of a selfish person. He considers. A considerate person considers others, always thinks of others. You know, he will always think, what if I'm in his place? What if I'm in her place? In that kind of way. So a considerate person is a good person to have as a friend.
Yeah.
What do we say about when يعني حاجة مترسبة?
How? I didn't get your question.
ترسبات.
ترسبات deposit.
Deposits, yes.
Deposits.
But why? What's that got to do with this one?
Yeah.
ما هو نحسبها هذه أنا علاش قلت يعني المترسب أنا كان نحسبها considerate حاجة هيك.
Concentrate.
كان في راسي.
Concentrate. You're talking about a concentrate in chemistry. Are you thinking of chemistry, Ibrahim?
هي ما يستعملوش فيها ان هي بمعنى ترسيب.
أيوة.
مستخلص أكتر to concentrate. A concentrate is not مش زي ما قلت لك نهى مش ترسيب.
حتى لا مش بمعنى ترسيب concentrate no way ما يستعملوش فيها هيك.
But they sometimes use it. It's a concentrate. They sometimes use it كخلاصة. You can say orange concentrate. So it's like الخلاصة, but it's a liquid. It's not a solid. A concentrate is not a solid. It's a liquid.
مركز
مركز.
مركز كذا.
Yes بالضبط مستخلص أو مركز لشيء معين. But it's not a solid.
لا مش راسب أو كذا.
Yes.
No.
Deposits are always solid.
Acid concentrate أو هيك.
Yes.
Concentrate.
Yeah, because usually they use the adjective concentrated acid, but sometimes they use concentrate, especially with food stuff, you know, with خلاصات اللي هي المواد الغذائية نكهات والحاجات هي. They sometimes say concentrate, but it's never a solid. And deposits are usually solid, and they're insoluble in water usually, because they deposit. They're insoluble. But considerate and its opposite, inconsiderate. Inconsiderate is of course the opposite. An inconsiderate person is a selfish person. self-centered, who only thinks of himself. This is inconsiderate. Okay, now the third word. I think this is an easy one.
Donate, verb, donate.
Yes.
That's a group.
Next one.
Immediate, noun.
Mhm.
It's
Is it a noun? It's an adjective, I think.
Intimidate.
Because we
Yeah,
usually say
immediately.
immediately. You need to get
Yeah,
out
nice.
immediately.
Yeah.
So
Immediate,
immediate, when you say immediate danger, so of course it's an adjective.
تحضير. Yeah.
Yeah. Next word.
Create.
Create.
Verb.
Mhm.
Verb.
This word.
Climate, noun.
Right.
Noun.
Correct. And this word sometimes is pronounced climate. I've heard it more than once. Of course, that's not correct because it's a noun.
Yeah.
This word.
Meditate first group.
Yeah.
Meditate.
Correct.
Verb.
Pirate. Pirate.
Adjective.
Pirate noun.
It can be both,
Pirate
actually.
noun.
Pirate.
Yeah. A pirate can be either an adjective or a noun. If you say this is a pirated or a pirate copy, you usually say pirated copy of a movie or any kind of media, pirated. No, but with pirated, this means it's a noun. Because pirated, they use the D with it, pirated.
Pirated adjective. معناها.
Adjective, but this means pirate on its own is a noun. A pirate is a person who, who seizes boats and ships. He's like a ship thief in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah, a pirate. Okay, next word.
Appreciate verb.
Mm-hmm.
First group.
Jade. Adjective.
And the next one.
Chocolate noun.
Yeah.
Chocolate.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a little tip here. Can you read the tip, please? Yeah, I think they just talked about the point we did accidentally. Okay, go ahead.
A few words ending in ate can be verbs and nouns or adjectives. Graduate, verb, graduate, graduate, verb, graduate, noun. Separate, verb, separate, adjective.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Separate. These two items they come separately. For example, batteries and toys. They always tell you that batteries come separately. So separate is the adjective.
في حتى unseparable.
Unseparable. Separable.
Unseparable. Yeah.
Yeah, unseparable. Yeah, that's of course another adjective. Yeah. All right. So let's just take a look at the listening. Let's confirm our answers. Let's check the pronunciation of the words in the box. Let's see.
1.
8. Decorate. Donate. Create. Meditate. Appreciate. Graduate. Separate.
2.
At. Considerate. Immediate. Climate. Pirate. Chocolate. Graduate. Separate.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it means all of our answers are correct, which is good. And I think the point is clear here. Let's move on to the the exercise here, and let's see how you pronounce these. All right, so Ibrahim, you can go first. Can you read the first example? So here, of course, you will have a mix of both sounds, the ate and the ut. So let's see how you do that.
I get a certificate from my intermediate English class.
Can you try that again?
I get a certificate
That's
from
it.
my intermediate English class.
Yes. Why did you change it? Why is the second time correct and the first time incorrect?
ما قلت certificate.
Yeah, but why is that wrong? There's a reason. Why is the second one correct? Why is certificate right? Because in the rule, what does the rule say?
A few words can be verbs and nouns. No.
So, yeah, what does the rule say, Brian?
Because it's noun.
Because it's a noun. That's it. Exactly. If it's a noun or an adjective, it will have the ut sound. Certificate. Right? So you should say certificate. All right, very nice. That's correct, Brian. Number 2, Noha.
Okay. We're fortunate that people donate money to charity.
And next one, Brian.
كانت تنزل الشاشة شوية لطف.
اوكي نزلتها يعني. هنا رقم 3. Can you see number 3? Exercise 3 number 3.
شوي نفتح من PDF.
انت فاتح PDF.
Number 3. لا كنت من عندك انت من الزوم مش عارف زي المستكة. Okay, number 3. Some of our graduates investigate climate change.
Okay, can you repeat it again?
Some of our graduates investigate climate change.
Yes. And the word before last, can you say it again?
Climate.
Yes, correct. All right, nice. Number 4, Noha.
She's going to graduate from private university.
Number 5, Ibrahim.
They educate and meditate in separate rooms.
That's right, correct. And the last one,
Considerate people appreciate good chocolate.
Right, that's it. Okay, so this is the idea. Just remember when to use ate and when to use ut. Okay, we can move on. All right, now this lesson is quite useful. Okay, so we have how to use to be able to, which is a bit like can in a way, because it's used to talk about ability. Then we have the verb manage. It's a common verb, by the way, especially in British English. They use it a lot. I managed to leave early. I managed to. They use it quite a lot. And another phrase or another sort of it's kind of a phrase, but it's grammatical. To be useless at something. So you can say, I'm useless at sports. I'm useless at, you know, so on. So we're going to talk a bit about these in this lesson. Let's see how much we can cover today, okay? Let's start with vocab and speaking. So let's start with the general questions here. The lesson is have a go. Let's talk about the title. What do you think it means when someone tells you have a go? What are they trying to tell us if someone says have a go?
Maybe have a go, maybe try.
That's it. Yes.
Yeah.
This is the idea. Have a go is like try to do it in a way. Give it a try. Give it a try.
Give it a try.
Yeah, exactly right. Okay, so now let's start with vocab. So we have 10 interesting sentences, and they want us to take a look at the words slash phrases which are in bold. So we have these bold phrases. We're going to guess what they mean, and of course we can confirm their meaning from the summary at the end of the book. So let's start with number 1. Okay, Brahim, can you read number 1?
Okay. Would you like to have the opportunity to travel more than you do now?
Okay, and what do you think they mean when they say have the opportunity? Or if you want to use another word instead of have the opportunity? Just change it with a word from your own vocabulary.
Opportunity. Would you like to?
How would you change
Time. Have
it?
time
Not
to
time.
travel.
Not time. No, how would you paraphrase this sentence if you had to?
Would you like to be able to travel more than you do know, or to have a chance?
I agree. I think have a chance is maybe the best one I would use. So here, Ibrahim, when you say have the opportunity, is to have the chance. That's all. Would you like to have the chance? Would you like, you know, to be given this opportunity, to be given this chance to travel more than you do now? Do you get the idea? Okay, number 2, Naha.
Do you know any people who have achieved their goals in life?
Okay, I think it's sort of obvious, right? The meaning.
Yeah.
And remember, by the way, the main topic of these words, the theme, let's talk about the theme, is goals and achievements, okay?
Yeah.
So this is the theme, or how all these words or phrases are related. Ibrahim, number 3.
What do you put a lot effort into?
What do they mean here? Change the sentence in another way. Just paraphrase it. Use different words to give me the same meaning. Can you do that?
Put effort into.
Or just explain it in your own words. Don't be too formal. Just ادرس لي عليها بس هيك بالانجليزي.
ما شو صاير لما نبدا when I think for a word الفولكابري متاعي كلها يطير.
Yeah, that, by the way, it's a wrong technique, thinking of words. Never think in words, because sooner or later you'll get stuck. Even this happens even for very advanced speakers, because remember, this is a second language. No matter how good you are, it happens a lot to me, by the way. When I'm chatting with my English friends, I'm always trying to look for words, And this is not good. This is wrong, actually. You have to just say it again using the words you know. Just paraphrase it. Explain it without using the word you want or the lost word.
What do you like to do?
No. No, it's not what you like to do.
What do you put
What does effort mean?
يعني مش عارف.
Effort. بالعربي effort.
كلمة زيها بالإنجليزي. بالعربي. كان بالعربي جهد.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. So, okay, let's give Noha a chance. Maybe she can do it in simpler English words. How would you paraphrase number 3, Noha?
Number 3, would you put a lot of work into?
Yeah, work is a very good synonym for effort. Or we can just switch. We can just play with the whole sentence. We can say, "Is there something you work hard at?" Right?
Yeah, you work hard at it. Yeah.
Or yeah, is there something you do seriously? Is there something you're willing to work at for a long time? Is there something is there a challenging thing you like to do? You know, you can play around with the grammar of the sentence. You don't have to use the same order of what do you. But if you want to use the same order, what do you put a lot of work into? Maybe is the best or the most straightforward one. All right, now number 4, Noha.
Have you ever messed up an exam or an interview? It's
I think kind of obvious, so kind of straightforward. Yeah. All right, number 5, Brahim.
Do you ever dream of become rich or famous?
I think this is also obvious, right? To dream of something is to want that thing, right? Or to hope to achieve. All right, number 6, no?
Do you think you've made the most of the opportunities you have had in life? Yeah.
What do you think they mean here? Made the most.
Made the most. How can I say it? You meet the most of your desires, or you achieved. You have achieved the most of what have you dreamed about, or you dreamed, or.
Okay, but here let me remind you of the. I think the key word in the sentence is this one. This is your key word.
Keywords. What is it?
Opportunities.
Yeah. Made the most of. Okay. So made the most, so you got, or I don't know.
Brain. Let's see. If, yeah, go ahead. You took.
Yeah, you took the opportunities you have had in life. The most opportunities.
Okay, you're a little closer now. In a way, yes. Yeah.
You took the chance.
You took the chance. Yes, kind of. Let's see, maybe he's a little closer. Brahim, what do you think of number 6?
Take the opportunity.
Okay, but in what way are you taking the opportunity? Just taking it?
Take advantage of it.
Okay, of course, if you want to benefit from an opportunity, you need to take advantage of the opportunity. But why did they say most here? Why did they use the superlative most?
As much as you can.
That's it. That's the key. Yes, to use it as much as you can, or to take this opportunity, to take advantage of this opportunity in the maximum way possible.
Yeah.
To use it as best you can.
To make the most out.
That's it. This is to make the most out of it. Exactly right. That's it. Because, you know, opportunities we don't normally control when they come. And if we don't act quickly and if we don't make the most out of them, they will slip away. You get the idea? So
Yeah.
it's like they're saying, are you a person who uses their opportunities wisely, who takes advantage of their opportunities completely and fully in a way? This is what they're saying.
Yeah.
All right, number 7, Brahim.
Do you always try to do your best at everything you do?
I think that's clear, right? Do your best.
Yeah.
Okay. How would you rephrase it? I know it's easy, number 7, but I'd like you to say it in another way.
Okay,
Yes.
you always try to
Don't start with do you always try. Try with other words.
you do.
Start with are you a person who? Start with are you a person who?
Are you a person who makes an effort? I mean,
That's good. Yes, makes an effort. Continue. Makes an effort.
At everything you do.
That's good. That's good enough. Maybe do your best is stronger than make an effort, because make an effort is just try, right? But do your best, it means you're trying really hard. So do your best maybe is a little hard. It's a little, you know, there is more strength, more willpower, more determination. But make an effort is not wrong. It's just milder, softer. Okay, number 8, Naha.
Think of a time when you weren't successful at something. What went wrong?
How would you paraphrase this?
What's wrong with it, or what did I do which is wrong?
Okay. But can you do it without using the word wrong?
Mistake.
Yes. Maybe you can say, what were the mistakes that were made? Or what mistakes did you make? Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Number 9, Ibrahim.
Do you enjoy taking part in competitive sports?
Okay. There's one word which starts with the letter P. I think if you can't think of it, I'm going to give you lots of vocab homework. And this verb is probably the best substitution for taking part. It's a verb that starts with the letter P.
Yeah, I know it.
Yes. I think he's a little sleepy. That's why he's.
لا أنا لا نصفر لكن مش.
Maybe you're an early bird. Maybe you pay more attention during the day. Because I'm like this usually. I don't focus very well at night. And I have a friend who's the opposite, who's very
لا أنا
aware.
أموري طيبة.
Okay, then you should know this. You need to, and I'm not.
P أعطينا حرف ثاني.
No. I've already given more than enough. With your level, you should know this. You need to squeeze your brain a little harder. So okay, let me read number 9 again and help you a little bit. So number 9, it says, do you enjoy taking part in competitive sport? Right? So when you take part in competitive sport or in anything, when you take a part or you take part in, what does it mean to take a part? Excuse me. What does it mean to take a part in something?
To involve.
To involve yourself, correct? Yeah. So it means you're involving yourself in this activity, right? Or there's a better word than involving yourself, and it starts with the letter P. Okay, think of it in Arabic. What's the word taking part in competitive sport in Arabic?
شارك. Share.
Okay. Think of the word شارك. Think of others translations. من غير share. Share because you know, you share something like a chocolate. You share a chocolate, but here you don't share.
Participate.
That's it. Okay. Yes, that's it. Now use correct, Ibrahim. Participate is the verb I'm looking for. But now I need you to use the correct form in number 9. So use participate, but you know, modify it a little bit so it can work correctly with the verb enjoy.
Do you enjoy participating in competitive
That's it.
sport?
That's it. Yes, excellent. Do you enjoy participating? I think this is probably the best synonym. Or taking part, participating. That's it, Brian. Excellent. Good work. All right, number 10. You can do number 10 too because Noha disconnected. Do number 10.
Do you think that parents should always encourage their children to do what they want in life? Okay,
this is also an obvious example. But can you play around with the sentence? Use something else? Say it in another way? The obvious ones are the most difficult, by the way, to change. The easier the verb is, the harder is it to change, the more challenging it is to think of something else.
Parents should always encourage their children. يشجع.
Hello?
Yes, hi.
I disconnected.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
So why don't you just play around with the sentence? Just start from the backwards. Start backwards. You can say should.
Life in one day.
You can say should. Should.
Backwards.
Okay. This is one trick. In my previous IELTS course, I had a student. Whenever we were working on paraphrasing, because it's very important in IELTS, by the way, what we're doing now, this paraphrasing, playing around with sentences is very important. So I always tell her, do it in reverse. Start with the last part of the sentence and put it first, you know? Instead of saying parents, children, say children, parents, to get the idea. And it will become passive. Instead of saying parents encourage children, you can say children should be encouraged by parents. This is already one level of paraphrasing. And then change encourage with something else if possible. So you can say, for example, do you believe, or is it a good idea that children should always be motivated by their parents or supported by their parents? You get the idea. عكسها وغير الفعل. These skills are not.
Support.
Support is good. Motivated is good. But you know, because encourage is such a suitable verb here, even motivate and support are not as good as encourage. And you were right, the easier the verb or the more obvious the verb, the harder it is to paraphrase.
What about induce?
What is it? Sorry?
Induce.
Induce is a little too medical, actually, because induction, they use it sometimes for, when I used to work in anesthesia, we used to say induction. This is starting the process, you know, the first dose that gets the patient unconscious is called induction. It's a little too technical. It's too technical, scientific, medical. It has the same meaning, yes. But encourage is such a good word. That's the problem. It's very suitable in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
But the closest ones, I think, motivate, support are probably the best. Okay, so these are just some examples, some of the things we'll cover in our next lesson. But since we're done now, let's take a look at the definitions we have in the book itself. Let's see if maybe there are other meanings we missed. It's at page 42. This is 143, and we need 142. Here it is. Okay, so achieve your goals, succeed in doing things. I'm just going to mark the sort of key meaning. Succeed in doing things. Put a lot of effort, use a lot of mental and physical activity. Mm-hmm. Do your best, make the greatest effort, okay? The greatest effort possible. Have an opportunity, be in a situation that makes it possible for you to do something you want to do. It's a long definition. Mess something up, do it wrongly or badly, dream of something, imagine that something that you would like to happen. You can just say want in a way, right? Or hope. Maybe it's better than this long definition. Encourage. Do you see? They didn't use motivate or support to explain encourage. Talk or behave in a way that makes someone else more confident to do something. It's a good definition. Take part in something, to be involved. This is exactly what Ibrahim said. To be involved or to participate. Make the most of something, get maximum use. So I think this is what we said too. We were, I think, almost the same definition. Go wrong, I think it's clear, to change in a bad or negative way. All right, so the general theme is achieving goals in life, achieving, or, you know, reaching your, I don't think we can use achievements with any other verb. You just say achieving your goals. Okay, so this means until Monday. On Monday, we'll cover the rest of this. Let's see what we have on Monday. The first exercise, I think we'll probably have a reading one after this one. Yeah, there's a reading one, I think, speaking and reading. Reality TV, we'll talk a little bit about reality TV. And after that, a few questions, and we'll talk about ability. All right, so thank you for your time. I'll see you on Monday, and have a good night.
Thank you too. Good night.
All right, good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.